Hey guys, how you doing? I'm off to pick up two projects. I sold the Outlaw rather than the Michigan. The Michigan's still there at the moment, which is the nicer bike for basically the same price. I think it's 1100. So the Outlaw sold yesterday or the day before. Good bike, great bike, no complaints there. Michigan should sell soon. I'll drop it to £1,000 if I have to. It will still make me something, but it's there. But I'm basically going to buy another Michigan. I'm going to buy a one that looks kind of how this looked when I got it, really. It's a non-runner and it has the same kind of condition. So hopefully, if we're lucky, it's just polish up, put a new carb on it or clean the carbon, off to go. I think it needs a battery. And then the second bike is a Herald, another Herald. The last Herald was lovely. I really liked it, so another Herald. I don't like the tank, it's orange and it's got a little ding in it. I might just have to get a black. I think you can get the tanks for the Herald, so I might just have to get a black tank. You know what I'm like. But I'll see. If the orange polishes up and it's a quick flip, I won't mind. Both bikes are £350 each, so 700 quid for both. They should both sell for £1,000 each once done. But remember, it does cost money doing them up. The service is normally about oil, filters, plugs. 40 quid in parts each. The MOT is always 40 quid but each, and obviously there's always bits and pieces, brakes and stuff like that pop up that need changing, the odd panel here or there. So it's always tight margins. I don't make as much as people might think I make, and I always do my prices low. The Michigan's a great example of that. It's one owner from new, 1800 miles, runs beautifully, it's pretty mint, everything's shining on it. And it's not selling at 1100, so that shows you kind of what happens with this game, really. But for me, as long as there's enough profit there to keep moving on, I'm not fussed. For me, I love building the bikes. I love putting the bikes back on the road. So yeah, cool. So let's go and look at these things. As I always get excited when I'm looking at new bikes. Picking up two on one journey, it's good. It's good. All right, guys, here we go. I was looking forward to my trip. Blasting a bit of music off on my own. It's gonna be a nice quiet trip. I know he's been in all day though, so I thought, come on, Rajab. It's not too far as well. We got one in kind of Surrey, not too far Surrey, and then the other one's here in Islington somewhere.
Surrey?
Yeah, not far. Hour. It says, well, sat down says an hour.
Okay.
Hour there, hour back, and then there's one here in Islington. Two bikes. Let's have a look, see what they're like. That's all we can do. I'm gonna buy them both anyway. They're cheap enough. Yeah, let's do it.
Rajab's new project.
Rajab's new project. Here you go, guys. This is the what's it called? It's a Herald, right? Yeah. It's in good nick overall, guys. It definitely needs a service. It's got stale fuel. I can tell it needs a carb clean. Everything else is fine. No, don't worry. Aftermarket handlebars, but they work. They're quite nice. This is, I like it. That exhaust is going to sound horrendous. It's got a weird baffle shaft in the back there. So I'm going to have to try and find an original. Small tweaks. So, bike 2, look. Lexmoto Michigan. We've got one. We know them inside out. Doesn't start. No, neither of these bikes start. They both tried to. They both turn over. Neither of them start. I'm dead set that just needs fresh fuel because it's, and a carb clean because it's okay. I'm not sure about that. I haven't actually pressed the button. Let's get it out and have a quick look. There's not much light here, but we'll have a quick look over them both, and then I look forward to working on them. It's 70. Let's just see. There's some battery. Oh. That was working earlier, Rajab, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look. Yeah. Oh, another dodgy switch.
Try to start it?
Oh, no horn. Actually, look, there's no power because when you press the horn, look, the light's dim.
This one here, look. Oh, that looks dodgy, the wiring, look.
Isn't that funny? Another one. Yeah. Indicators work, no horn, and there's definitely not. Look.
Dodgy wiring, look.
What I should do is take this battery off. Press the button. Stop button. Side switch. Press it. Ah, it tried to really slowly. Alright, don't worry about that. If we're lucky, switch it off then. Oh, another dodgy switch. If we're lucky there then, a battery charge. I'm going to take the battery off now, just so we know. It's a bit of a ding in the tank there, but it's not a It's not a rip, that's good. So if we're lucky, this is fuel injection, fresh car fuel, good to go. That's one that could be alright with a good battery, I'm sure. And then that's the same. Let's get it out. This one kind of tries to start. I think we've seen this already. Look at that second bike where the switch. Oh no! What? Oh! How? No way! It tried to start earlier. It's got a weird baffle in there. How loud is it? Oh, that was silly. Do you know what? I should let it idle, let the oil circulate for a bit, assuming there's some in there. Yeah, it really doesn't hurt to let it idle. I can't believe that started. Rabjab's going to be shocked, really. I think choke is on. It might be happier without it. No, it wants a bit of choke. I'm going to see if it will idle for a bit. Nah, it's not. Yeah, the ideal would have been that it did. But do you know what? We know what it needs now. It needs fresh fuel, carb clean, and it's obviously going to be a good one. I'm not going to kill the battery. Cool. I'm happy. That I can't believe that started. I'm going to send that clip to Rabjab. The last owner shoved this baffle in for sound, but it won't be. It will be ruining the engine. The engine won't like it. Ooh. It sounded better straight away, and I don't mean sound. I mean the engine. Well, it's very rich. Come on. Wow. I bet if I take the choke off now, it revs a bit better. I bet it's just. I could do with getting that bloody baffling out though. I don't think I'll use that exhaust though. Let's see if we can take the choke off. Very rich, I can smell it. Choke's off. Alright, well it's idling without the choke. No it's not. No, it's not. No. Yeah, alright, I'm going to leave it alone. I feel sorry for it. Gonna have to clean that out somehow while we're using this exhaust. I'm not gonna try and baffle it. It doesn't work. Yeah, very happy with these two buys. I can't wait until Saturday now. Can't wait. I love this. I love when we get to this stage. And I'm gonna take both these batteries out in the week, make sure they're fully charged, ready for Saturday.
Later.
Hi everyone, and welcome back. It's finally happened. It's officially cold. I'm cold. I'm actually too cold, really. Part of me wants to wrap up and go in today. You saw me pick up these two bikes. That was the last video I did. That's the last time I was here myself, actually. So let's pull them out. Let's have a look in the light exactly what we're working with. That one starts. That one had nothing. So let's pull them out. Let's have a good look around them and see what we're working with at this stage. So here we go. Let's have a kind of full consideration as to what's going on with both these bikes. The basics are there. The basics are there. The bikes are here in front of me. Okay. This one's had more work done than I thought. So I've only just looked in and I realised it's running a pod filter. Can't stand that. Absolute junk. If it hasn't had any kind of restriction, to be fair, it's quite a small one, which I like. It's kind of minimized the air already, I think. That's not bad, so it could work, but it's unnecessary. So I'm going to have a look at that at some point, of course. What it didn't do was idle or run, did it? but the guy who had it before me said it did, so it was a normal running bike. I think it was a bit fake. So with this one, I want to drain the fuel. I want to drain the fuel out of both actually, and start fresh. I have a feeling this one will fire up with just fresh fuel, because it's a fuel injected bike. So I see no reason why it wouldn't. The exhaust on this one, I'm already looking for an original exhaust. I can't find one yet. They're not as easy to find as I thought they were. I might have to get a newer EFI version in, hope it fits literally. But at the moment, yeah, I'm struggling to get an exhaust, and this exhaust is just too loud. What I really want to do on this today is a carb clean and fresh fuel, and see how it starts and runs in its setup now as it is, because it was a runner and rider at one point. It has oil in it, that's good. I have a feeling there's nothing wrong with this bike, but you just don't know. There's not enough juice in it, in the battery to know that yet. The other Michigan hasn't sold yet, and that's pristine. At £1,100 it hasn't sold yet. So they're not the most popular bikes. Shame about this dent in the tank. I think a new EFI tank is £100, I think. If this bike polished up well, I'd probably chuck a new one on. I think it's a 2020. That's a 16 2020. So it has, it's a newer bike, so people will probably prefer it. Sanctions again, rust up here on the travel area. They're okay. They're okay on the travel area because it's constantly moving, but it shows you that it's shit metal. So it will clean up. It all needs cleaning up. But it will clean up. Other than that, I have absolutely no idea. It all looks a bit cruddy, but it is just crud. Oh, throttle is rock solid. That is very cruddy. Look. I want to get some oil down the lines there. That's really stiff. I don't like the look of that line. Hopefully it's proper, but it hasn't been trimmed. I hope that's not what's... I'm gonna have to look at that line. I'm not sure about that line. Something doesn't sit right with me there. That might be the wrong line that someone's chucked in. So this bike is a bit iffy, but my guess is it will run and ride. Let me get the battery out. Step one is the battery should be on charge. Let me get that done. Okay, that battery's off and charging, which is good. It's actually charging. I'm going to douse the whole bike. It's very, it's kind of caked. This is a good cleaner. It'll break down any crap all over this bike. I think this bike's been sitting longer than anyone would know, actually. And a lot of the times with bikes, once you get them running, a good clean is a kind of a majority of the work. A lot of any profit you make will come from the cleaning process. So just douse it all so that it eats away at the crud. Because when people come to view bikes, they want clean bikes. What was I saying? That brake cleaner there, let me show you one moment. I'm just dousing this. I don't like that. I'll explain why I don't like that after. Someone's tried to modify a basic Chinese bike and it just won't work, really. This here, Triple QX brake and clutch cleaner is from Euro Car Parts. It's the cheapest around. It's £2.50 or £2.99. I swear I ordered it late one evening and it came the next day, and they're cheap and cheerful when they work, so I like that stuff. If anyone needs it, it's the cheapest around. It does a good job. Let me pop this carb off. I'm in too much. Shall I suck this fuel? Will it sniff? Tell me something. All these expensive locks for bikes, I can't stand them. I can't stand the fact that someone pays 80 quid for that. Oh yeah, that is yeah, that's definitely stale. definitely stale. Okay, so let me suck out the fuels in both just because it makes sense. And I'll actually go and get some fresh fuel. I'm going to do a quick carb clean on this. Just a quick spray through fresh fuel. I see no reason why this wouldn't just fire up and run okay, this one. It's very loud on that exhaust. It's not right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. I am going to have to find an original or equivalent. If I can't, I might have to find a longer slip-on. It will still sound loud, but it will just look better and it should be a bit quieter. But let's get this fuel sucked out.